So today is day number 5, and today we're going to talk about what kind of branding is necessary. This is going to be very, very broad, so I do hope you're going to follow along and take some notes. But, mainly we're going to start doing a mood board, really. So take photos, I guess, print screens. We're going to talk about your brand very, very briefly today, because tomorrow we're going to dive deep into what Canva is. Canva is probably my favorite tool to use. Me and my assistant use it all the time to create everything that we basically need. But today, I want to talk very briefly about what branding is. And branding is basically what you are portraying and what people are thinking about when they're thinking about your brand. It's everything from font colors to the size of your fonts, the feeling you're portraying. Like if you are a kids entertainer, you might want to be like pop, pop, pop. But if you are like an elegant saxophonist or whatever, if you're a photographer, maybe you want to have like a beautiful like signature like this. But if you're a kids entertainer, like a kids magician or a balloon twisting artist, you might want to consider something different, something round and bold and cool. Because you have to think about your target group. Like who are these people who are watching this? Are you portraying yourself to the kids? Are you trying to drag in the mothers? Or who are you doing this for? Well, as you know, I'm a magician, so for my branding, it needs to be for the type of audience that I have. And my audience is corporate. So it needs to be very sleek and not too sexy, not too bold, not too anything. It needs to be very booker friendly, let's use that word. But if I were to do kid shows, I would be with all the colors that I possibly can, both in my clothes and also with like the colors and the fonts and everything. If I was a kids entertainer, I would probably have like round, cool, I think I would make it look like balloons in the logo or whatever. I think that would look really, really cool. So think about the message you want to convey and to who you want to do this to. And think about your brand colors. If you're looking at your favorite brands, what colors are they using? I have exactly a template for the colors that I'm using, and I had to go through this process twice. The first time was back in 2017, maybe, when I did my first professional photo shoot with like an actual bureau who created my website. So what happened was that we had a pre-meeting with everybody who was part of this. The photographer was there, the head of the design team was there, everybody was there, and they had created these like mood boards. Like it was actually a mood board where they had different colors, different photos, and I highly recommend you to do this too. Look at your favorite brands, look at your favorite like inspirations, and take photos of them. If you can, print everything out and lay everything out, and you're gonna get a feeling of exactly what it is. So before I bought my belt that I bought a few years ago, because I'm not a big buying clothes person, but I saw this beautiful belt, and then I kept seeing this belt in every single photo, and then I knew, maybe this is my sign to spend, what was it, $800 or something on a belt. I did. I'm very happy. I'm never spending that much money on anything again in my life, but that happened, and it was great. And because that was the feeling that I wanted for myself. So think about that. What is the feeling you want? What are the colors that you want? But basically it all comes down to the mood you want to create. So create yourself a mood board, and it's easier if you like print screen on your phone or whatever, or print screen on Google and then print everything out so you can see it in front of you in like one instead of just scrolling like this. So that would be my recommendation. So the first time I did this, I had 4 or 5 different versions of the brand that I wanted to portray, and I looked at everything and I got a feeling for everything, decided on one, and that's what we did for the photo shoot. We created a feeling out of that. And then when they created my website, I was looking at different fonts, I was looking at different types of boldness, and it was just comparing in the beginning. So that was back in 2017. But then I felt like I wasn't ready. I really like Gucci as a brand, so which is also the belt that I got. So I started looking at Gucci's website, and I found a landing page that they had that had this bluish green with gold, and it was gorgeous and was very corporate and cool. So I sent that to the new bureau that I was working with, and they started playing around, and they played around with my photos, and it was just beautiful. And the website was extremely expensive, but so worth it. So they took out new fonts and everything that I had to one more time take a look at, compare with the old one, and then And then we have what we have now, carolinravn.com. And those are the colors that I keep going back to, because those are mine now. And I have the same font everywhere whenever I can. And because, you know, there are pages you can't change the font and it's just too much work. So I have the same for everything, so people will recognize who's the sender of a message. So one thing that is very crucial when you're creating something, though, when it comes to fonts and all of this stuff, is that it needs to be easy to read. Easy to read is key here. So what I want you to do now is to go download Canva if you don't already have this. I want to specifically, if you can, to have this on a computer, because it's going to be so much easier for you. They do have a free version. Start with that. If you want to try the pro version, I do have a link for you to try this. It's a great service. I've used the pro for years. Very, very happy. I can't remember how much it is. I'm gonna have to look it up. It costs a little bit, but it's definitely worth it. But if you're just starting, we're gonna start with the free version. So everything we're gonna talk about tomorrow is gonna be focusing on what you get in the free version, so you don't have to worry at all. So prepare Canva for tomorrow, and if you can, create the mood board so you have, you know, done half of the work, really. So you're ready for the video that's coming tomorrow. Okay, see you then. Take care. Bye.